Welcome back to Battle for Greyport. We're playing the Interrupted Party, the revised one, which came in the expansion Battle for Greyport Pirates. The defending player to start off right now with the new market district out here is Chronos the Mage. And Chronos the Mage has a Rat Master, a Rat Swarm in front of him, which is a tank unit, has to be attacked first, and a ranged Gorgon. Now each character gets to play a card, and I think he is going to, he may as well play himself he can dual wield, so, but I don't think I'm going to have him dual wielding right now because he's going to have to attack the Rat Swarm or the Rat Master. Yeah, so I think we're just going to have him play himself with the Holy Relic for his one hero. And over to Bryn the Boatswain. I think he is going to go ahead and play the... What's he going to play? I think he's going to play just the Cannoneer this time, which is rolling a white die and a black die for splash damage. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that attack first. So he has to attack this Rat Swarm with the Cannoneer. So he's going to be rolling a white die and a black die for splash damage. Alright, so we're going to see the black die in action and the white die, and we get, alright, this is excellent stuff. So you rolled a 6 on the white die, which is enough to destroy the tank unit Rat Swarm. These guys are out of here, destroyed, and he does 3 splash damage, which I think is the highest number on this die. It is. So he rolled the highest number on both die. 3 splash damage for the Rat Master and the Gorgon. Splash damage hits every other monster in the group. So 3 damage on the Rat Master, unfortunately, and it's too bad we didn't do 4, but we can't, and 3 damage on the Gorgon. Alright, which brings us to Chronos the Mage. So he plays himself, dual wield. You may reroll any single die. He can reroll his white die. He's not going to have to, but he does get 1 shield, and the 1 shield is going to be able to block 1 attack damage. So he rolls a white die and adds 1 damage to it, and he has to attack the Rat Master because the Gorgon is ranged and is in the back row, so to speak. So he rolls a 4. Well, 4 does 5 damage. The Rat Master is destroyed easily. And that takes care of all the monsters in front of the active player. So he's exhausted that now. And now we move into the ending of the round, which is the active monsters deal damage. Well, the Gorgon deals 2 damage to Chronos the Mage, but he has 1 shield, which is going to block 1 damage. So he's going to go from 10 hit points down to 9. He only takes 1 damage from the Gorgon. That's not bad. Now we have to have the location take damage. We have a 2 damage Harpy and a 1 damage Shellback. That's 3 damage to the market district. We're going to go from 11 down to 8. That's not great, but our location can hang in there for a while. And again, if we successfully defend the location, the top card of the item deck remains revealed and recruitable for the rest of the game. So not just for the rest of the scenario, the rest of the game. And that's it for the monsters. And now we do the cleanup. So we're going to come right back and do the cleanup phase. Okay, so we're come back to do the cleanup, which means we discard all played cards for both players. So the Holy Relic gets discarded. We discard Chronos, but he is the defending player. He will refresh anyway, so I'm just going to put him back upright. Here, we're going to discard the Cannoneer for Bryn the Boatswain. Okay, and now the active player gets to discard down as many cards as he wants, and he is going to keep all cards, which means he's going to draw up to 5, so he gets to draw 2 cards. Ooh, the Assassin is pretty awesome, and he gets an Acolyte. Alright, that's pretty good stuff. So he's got a good hand for next turn, And we're going to move the taunt marker, then goes back to Bryn. And I do believe, unless I've messed things up, I don't think so, that's the end of the first sort of turn. Up next, we're going to have Bryn being the defending player. He's got, of course, the taunt marker. I'm going to try to put it up here so we can see it. It's in his area here. So we'll come right back. Oh, I forgot the recruiting. Urgh. That was so stupid. All right, so I'm going to put the assassin back because he drew the assassin and he drew the acolyte. The assassin came up first. Damn it! Follow the procedure. Okay, so recruiting. Yes, Chronos the Mage is supposed to recruit. He has a gold coin, 2 silver, and a copper. So let's go ahead and have him do the recruiting before we change players. All right, and I think Chronos the Mage will spend his gold coin. Why not? And he'll get First Mate Remy. First Mate Remy rolls a green die. He can dual wield and has Pierce 3, which means he can pierce 3 points of armor. That is awesome. Gold card. That goes into his hand. Now we're going to replace the card with Pookie. Pookie can't use items. He's a green die costing a copper. All right, now we're going to go and do the rest of the turn for Chronos. All right, now we are going to fill up his hand. He's 4 cards. He pulls 1 card, and he ends up getting the Assassin, which was on top. That is going to be his hand for next turn. All right, now we're going to come back with the defending player being Bryn. All right, we're back to Bryn the Boatswain. And yes, he gets to play 1 hero. And so does Chronos. And I don't know. I think he might play himself. What's he gonna do? I think, oh man. I think he's gonna play himself with his humongous mallet. I think that's what he's gonna do. And the humongous mallet says, when you deal fight damage to a non-boss monster, move that monster to any player's monster group. So basically, if we hit a monster, it's going to move over to Chronos. Or if we hit a monster that's fighting Chronos, it knocks it over back to Bryn. So that's what we're going to be playing. And we're going to be attacking the Razor-Toothed Beast. And I think we can play cards in any order. We don't have to commit our cards immediately. So let's just go ahead and roll this right now. We're going to roll a green die plus 1 damage against the Razor-Toothed Beast. And it's going to move over to... Well, if it lives, it's going to be knocked over to Chronos the Time Mage's area. And we roll a 6. Okay, well that's not bad. We roll 6 damage, plus 1 is 7. So the Razor-Toothed Beast is going to take 7 damage and get his brains knocked over all the way over to Chronos the Time Mage. So we're going to put 7 damage on him. He's 1 away from being knocked out, which is actually pretty good. All right, that was Bryn the Boatswain taking his attack. Of course, I probably should have done Chronos first. It doesn't matter. That was Bryn doing his attack. Now Chronos has to decide what to play, and he can play First Mate Remy to attack the 2-headed giant, or I wonder if he can take the 2-headed giant out completely. And before we do any of that, does he want to taunt? No, I don't think he wants to taunt. Well, he could actually bash this guy over. He could taunt him back. But I don't think that's going to do much good. So let's go ahead. And yeah, what are we going to do? I think we're just going to go ahead and play First Mate Remy for Chronos the Time Mage. So he's going to be rolling a green die, and he's going to be attacking the 2-headed giant. So we're going to roll a green die, attack the 2-headed giant for 5 damage. Okay, well, 5 damage is pretty good. So that was both attacks from Chronos and from Bryn the Boatswain. Now let's follow the things in order. All right, ending the round. Monster damage. The 2-headed giant's going to do 1 damage to Bryn, and it also gives him a curse. A cursed card into his discard pile. Now, cursed cards are just sort of cards that do nothing for you except clog up your deck. And so we're going to have that added to Bryn's discard pile, which is not really good, but there's nothing we can do about it. So we've taken that damage. Now it is location damage. Again, we have the Harpy and the Shellback dealing out 3 damage to the Market District. It's going to take it from 8 damage down, or life down to 5. And that is getting a little bit tricky because if we lose this location, each player loses 2 hit points. Not the greatest. All right, now before I forget, it's cleanup. Resolve cleanup abilities. Discard all played cards. So we're going to discard this card. We are going to refresh Bryn because he is the defending player, and your hero card gets refreshed on your turn. All right, he still has the taunt marker, which he can't use anymore because we're into the ending of the round. All right, discard all played cards. So we're going to discard Remy for Chronos the Mage, of course. And I gotta follow this properly. So now it is discarding shield tokens. Now it is recruit time, and so Bryn gets to go up here and recruit something. So let's see what he wants to recruit. All right, what does he want to recruit? I have a feeling that I think. What does he want to do? What does he want to do? I think. We're going to be in trouble here. Okay, what does he want to recruit? I've got to think about this. He may want to get himself a weapon, and if we get this one, it's not going to get replaced. But he could get the Berserker, rolling a white die, or the Fire Mage. Oh man, I think he's going to spend a silver coin. Is Bryn, and he's going to get the dagger. And the dagger has dual wield, rolling a yellow die, and has cleave ability, which is pretty awesome. It means you can attack 2 monsters at the same time. So that, I think, is pretty good. I think that's pretty good. And of course, we're going to replace it. So what would happen is the broadsword, I think the broadsword stays there. The top card of the deck remains revealed and is recruitable for the rest of the game. Play the top card of the deck. Players must recruit that card. Well, I think it moves down here. I don't think we flip the next card because we're supposed to have 4 cards. So it didn't matter which card Bryn recruited. We're going to end up with the broadsword in there. All right, that was the recruit phase. Now he can discard any number of cards and draw up to 5 cards in his hand. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so he has in his hand now a dagger, dual wield cleave, eagle eye sniper, and the ship mage. I think he might as well get rid of the ship mage, and that means he can draw 3 cards, but of course he draws 1. And now he has to shuffle his cards and draw 2 more. So I will do that, shuffling his cards to draw a couple more. So shuffle here a little bit more. All right, that's pretty good. 2 more cards. He gets another deckhand and a ship mage. All right, so his hand for next time is going to be deckhand, ship mage, deckhand, dual wielding dagger with cleave, and the eagle eye sniper. All right. And with that, taunt marker is going to move back to Chronos the Mage. Have I done everything right? Defending player. So we recruited. He discarded cards, got up to 5. All right. We are going to come right back. And I think for the end of the episode for today, I think we're just going to have Chronos the Mage take a turn. See if he can wipe out both the Razortooth Beast and the Gorgon. Now, the Razortooth Beast has 7 damage of 8 on it. It has to be hit first because you have to hit them before ranged. Does Chronos have just a wimpy dude? Of course he has no wimpy dude. Well, okay then. We will see what's going to happen. So let me think about this for a second, and we'll come back and continue. All right, so we're going to actually have Bryn the Boatswain play a card first, and he's just going to go ahead and play a deckhand, doing 1 damage. Now, he is going to attack the Razortooth Beast. Why not? Doing 1 damage, which is going to kill it. So that is all good. Razortooth Beast is out of here, leaving only the Gorgon with 3 damage on it in front of Chronos the Mage. Now Chronos has to decide what it is he wants to do. He could use his Assassin. Assassin ignores tank range. That's not doing a lot of damage though. He could use the Sea Witch, or he could use himself. You know what? I think he's going to use himself because he's going to refresh anyway. Let's see how much damage he can dole out. He's going to be rolling a white die and a yellow die. He can dual wield. Does he have anything else? He could use the attenuating ring. But I think I want to save that. I think I want to save it. So we're going to go ahead, play him, white die, yellow die, and he gets to, you may reroll any single die used during the fight. So he's going to go ahead, he's attacking the Gorgon. He's going to roll a white die and a yellow die, and he gets to reroll one of them. And what does he get? He gets a 4, as I flip things around with slippery fingers. He gets a 3 on the yellow and a 4. I think we're going to re-roll the white, see if he can get more. Come on. Oh, that was dumb. All right. That was really dumb. All right, so he only gets 4 damage. Why did I re-roll that? Because I could have got a 5 or a 6, I guess. I should have taken the 4. Bad move for me to try and re-roll that. That was not right. So taking 4 damage, that's going to take the Gorgon up to 7 damage, which really wasn't very effective because of my dumb play of re-rolling the white die, which I should not have done. But anyway, that's besides the point. It is what it is. So that exhausted Chronos and the chronometer. And now, we're starting ending of the round. Monster damage. The Gorgon does 2 damage to Chronos, taking him from 9 hit points down to 7. He deserves it for re-rolling that white die. That was just plain not bright. Alright, now the monsters at the location deal damage to the location. The Harpy does 2, the Shellback does 1. That's 3 damage. The Market District is down to only 2 health. That is not good, he says. Alright, now we're on to the cleanup. Discard all played cards. Alright, we're going to discard all played cards. So again, Chronos will be discarding himself, but he refreshes because he is the defending player. We're discarding this card. And, okay, and then after discarding all played cards, discarding your on your shield. Now it is recruiting time. So Chronos the Mage has 2 silver and a copper. And let's go see what he wants to recruit. Alright, Chronos has 2 silver and a copper, and I think with a silver coin, Chronos is going to get the Fire Mage. The Fire Mage rolls a yellow die and has Splash 3. That's pretty awesome. That's going to go into Chronos' hand, and we will replace the hero with a Rogue. Rolling a yellow die, having the taunt ability, copper level recruit. Alright, now we're going to go back to Chronos' area. He can discard any number of cards and draw up to 5 cards. Alright, so Chronos in his hand now has a Fire Mage, the Sea Witch Doctor, the Assassin, the Attenuating Ring. He wants to keep them all, which means he draws up to 5 cards, and he draws an Acolyte. Alright, well, not bad, not bad. And I think that is going to end off our episode for today. So the taunt marker is going to go back to Bryn, and by the look of it, Bryn is going to have to taunt the Harpy down to his play area, because if he doesn't, we're going to lose the Market District this turn, because that's 3 damage on the Market District, and we don't want to do that. We're going to have to, we're going to have to do some taunting. So let's take a look at Bryn's hand. He has the Dagger for dual wielding, Eagle Eye Sniper, a Deckhand, a Shipmate. All right. Well, like I said, we're going to leave it off there for today. So when we come back in our next episode, Bryn's going to start us off. He's going to be defending. Yeah, the first thing he's going to have to do, he's going to have to bring the Harpy down. And let's hope we can dispose of these monsters quickly, because when we get to our third encounter that the Red Dragon Inn, which is called Save the Ale, out is going to come Drog the Troll General. He has 2 shields, 20 health, and deals 2 damage. So when he shows up, we want to have a mitt full of really nasty cards to be able to throw his way. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, and likes. Really appreciate it. Once again, this is Battle for Greyport, using the Battle for Greyport Pirates expansion. We have an expansion character, Bryn the Boatswain. We have all the expansion cards added in. And yeah, so thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.